And welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 539. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Won't Call Me Les. You might notice we're in a different place. We're at Laura's house because my computer has finally decided it's done for real and no more Band-Aids are going to work. So,
yesterday, I went over to record and Michael's like, I will help. And then he was like, I cannot help after an hour and a half.
So, because we have wonderful supporters on Patreon, we've ordered the parts, and we should be fine for next week, I think. But that also means that at the end we usually show the people who donate $5 per episode, and we won't be able to do that this week. It should only be this week, just because that computer is the one that has all the fancy software that does that.
The editing stuff.
Yeah. So, we still appreciate you sincerely.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
Just can't put that in this week. So anyway, it's the 24th of July, 2021.
It is.
It's 1,000,000 friggin' degrees outside.
105.
Yeah, with about 1,000,000% humidity. So, I'm not prone to hyperbole. These are all facts. Yeah, and so we're recording at Laura's.
Where there are lots of fans
yes.
and lots of air conditioning.
We are special snowflakes that way.
But I like your overalls.
Yeah, these are the sexiest
I love them. I was so excited. No, I think the plaid ones are sexier, actually.
Maybe. Like the crotch on these, because overalls you have to have some room in the rise. Because when you take them on and off, they have to have a little bit of space to go up further. And there's about 4 inches of extra rise in mine, so they're very drop crotch, which is not the fault of the pattern, because I didn't really follow the pattern super closely. It's just hilarious, because every time Michael sees me in them, he laughs.
Aww.
Because
I think they look cute.
They're so hilariously unsexy. Like,
no, I think they look cute.
I'm not going to point to my crotch, but like, there's...
No one can see.
There's like 6 inches.
You're too short.
I know. There's like 6 inches of space between where it should be and where it is. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Too much rise should be the name of the episode title. There you go.
One less thing to worry about. So,
would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Well, I'm at the beginning of a row, so I guess I can go.
Go for it.
So, I'm knitting on a couple of things. Pull this off.
Pearl is looking very concerned at her auntie right now. She's like, Pearl's my Great Pyrenees dog. She's like, what is happening? And also, we're recording on like a TV tray, and she's put her paws in between the two.
She has to be a part of things.
Yeah, the 2 legs. So she'll move, she'll knock over the computer.
And since we can't edit this one, it's just going to have to go in if it happens.
Or we'll restart.
So I'm knitting some Knit Spin Farm sport weight socks. This is from her club. I don't remember when it's from, but it's called Polar Bear Plunge. And I really like the stripe pattern. It's very interesting and different.
Yeah.
So, I actually am doing these toe up just to see if I like a flap heel on a toe up sock, because I've never made one that way.
Which flap heel are you using?
I don't remember. I downloaded a couple of different patterns and just sort of mashed it together.
Okay.
Based on the numbers. So, we'll see. I've got all sorts of fuzz in this. So I've turned the heel, and I'm just about to start on the cuff.
Cool.
Nothing fancy there. This is mostly when I did knit this past weekend, this is mostly what I knit on. And the other thing is I cast on something new. And this is the Solvik shirt, and it's by Skein-Deer Knits.
Oh, I like her stuff.
And, it's a summer top, and so it's made with like a drapey, like a cotton or a linen. I don't remember what it actually calls for. Linen cotton, Row and Creative linen, which is 50% linen, 50% cotton.
Nice.
And, my yarn is actually listed as an alternative.
Cool.
Never read the pattern all the way through, so didn't even realize
Leslie is notorious for not reading patterns.
I would say I'm known for it. So this is the chart, and this is the whole chart for the whole pattern. So I will say it's not. I haven't memorized it. I don't feel like it's intuitive enough to memorize, but you only do it on a part of a shirt, so it's fine. So the way that this is knit, I have read enough to know that it's knit from the top down.
Oh, cute.
Right? You knit it so the armhole depth that you want, which to me is going to be about 10 or 11 inches. It'll depend on how much it stretches. And then you pick up stitches along the cast on edge and knit the back until it's about the same length. And then
you go in the round.
Yes, but you don't have to purl. It is garter in the round, but you use some sort of intarsia-like technique so that you don't have to purl. So I haven't gotten that far. The back is just plain garter, though, so it'll go faster. I've been watching The Movies That Made Us on Netflix.
How's that?
It's cool because it talks about all these 80s and 90s movies and like the process that went into making them, like Home Alone and Jurassic Park and Forrest Gump, and there were a couple others as well, and like all the pitfalls and things they had to overcome. And,
yeah, all the obstacles.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's very nostalgic. But now the only one I've got left is Back to the Future, and I don't care for that movie. So.
Oh, I like that. Did you know that movie was originally cast with someone besides Michael J. Fox, and they filmed like a good bit of the movie, and then they changed?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. See, you would know that.
I don't know. I don't care for that specific one.
Chelsea, dog ears. Dog ears.
Yep.
Dog ears. Hi, Pop.
Sweet girl.
No, not sweet.
So I'm using the Sadness Garn Lena line. This is a
thank you
cotton viscose linen blend, and we picked this up at House of Yarn when we went through this past weekend.
Oh, cool! I didn't realize you got that.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to cast something on with this immediately. And
Nice.
I think I'm going to sort of embrace that because it's so hard for me to choose like patterns and yarn combinations and like decide to make that thing. I think from now on, when I have inspiration for something, I'm just going to cast it on immediately, because then it'll always be there. If I feel like working on it, I won't have to like agonize and decide. I may have 20 things cast on at some point, but I think I'm going to try that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that's all that I'm knitting on. What about you?
I am knitting on a pair of socks. These were some sock tubes that I cranked a while back, and I had started knitting the cuff, and then I picked them back up this past week. I meant to take them on vacation with us, and then they got lost in the I took the extra yarn, but not the actual socks. So
was this when we were in the car and you're like, I left this? Okay, I wasn't sure which ones you were talking about.
So finished both the ribbings.
And I was like, it's cool. You're not going to run out of knitting.
I didn't actually, because I did a good bit of spinning.
Yeah, that's true.
So both cuffs are done. Picked up the first toe is almost done. These will have afterthought heels. This is Into the World in the Handbags at Dawn. This is their speckle dyed. I'm knitting it on size 0 needles. I magic loop for my afterthought heel socks. I put in little markers to where I ripped to. I rip the sock blanks down to that point, and then I reknit, and I do that on both socks at the same time so that I remember what I'm doing. I think that's about it with those. So hopefully those will get done this week. I'm going to enjoy wearing them for sure. And then the other thing that I have on the needles is a pattern by Tiff Nealon. It's called the Moonlink Cowl. I'm knitting it out of hand spun. I
like
spun
your
this.
Hikari handmade bag that you're using.
Thank you. I spun this. I'll show you all the bag in a second. I spun this, and of course I'm in the middle. Oh, I'm knitting in the round, so I'm always going to be in the middle of the row. So this starts flat, and then you start working in the rounds.
So is it kind of like kerchiefy.
Yeah.
Like bandana.
And this is Knit Spin Farm that I spun. That's where I was going with that. So this is around halfway done, I would say. Maybe a little bit more. It calls for 400 yards of a DK weight or 2 fingerings held together. So yeah, just going round and round and round.
It is a very you color.
Yeah, I think it'll look good, like, tucked into a coat. Or, you know, with a sweater or whatever. And it's very great use of woolen hand spun, I feel like. So yeah, that's this. Ooh, I found juicy fruit gum. That's exciting.
My car still smells like juicy fruit.
So that's what I'm gonna have in a little bit. And that's what I have left. So I have more yarn than what I need, for sure. And then at one point, the needle size changes. What I'm using right now are size 9. I think the pattern calls for 10s and 9s. I'm going to use 9s and 8s, I believe. And I'm knitting those on the Licca bamboo. They're 16-inch size. The shorties set. And this is the Hikari Handmaids bag, which is gorgeous.
Yes, she makes beautiful bags.
She does. She also sells gorgeous hand spun. By the way, so if you're
that.
not a spinner and you want some stunning hand spun, she can hook you up. For sure. Do you have any finished objects today?
I do, but I forgot to bring them. They are sitting on my ottoman at home.
Oh.
Well, I forgot my knitted things, but I brought an embroidered thing I finished and a sewn thing that I finished.
Cool.
So, the embroidered thing that I finished, if I can find it. There it is. So, also when we went to House of Yarn, which we consider our local yarn shop in Nashville, Tennessee, even though that's 3 hours away, they had these super cute kits.
I love these.
So this isn't this particular one, but it's by Hook, Line, and Tinker. And the kits come with everything that you need. It comes with a hoop, it comes with the fabric pre-printed with the design, it comes with the floss, which is the thread, and it comes with a needle, as well as instructions. So, and they donate 5% of their profits to help women and children experiencing homelessness.
Nice.
So, this is one of them, and I've started it.
I love this.
And they had just the patterns too, but I figure
Mama Linneman would love this too.
Yeah? Okay, well maybe it'll go to her. But this was a kit that I finished, and this will be a gift as well.
Aww.
And so it's made with running stitches, back stitches, French knots, and satin stitches.
We just got this on Monday, so you worked very fast.
Well, this is something that it's one of those things I can pick up and put down really quickly, so I had a ton of meetings this week. Oh, I just realized I missed that tiny little spot. I need to fix that. I had a ton of meetings this week, and most of them I can't do anything but like take notes and stuff, but there were a few long ones that I had time to do, and some training, annual training.
I have some annual training to do online as well.
Why I will ever need to know the 4 different kinds of fire extinguishers, I do not know, but I have to take that test every year, so, and also I haven't finished, but I brought these to show. These are also kits that I got. There's the Knitter's Alphabet.
Oh, that's cute.
So it's like a little sampler, and this is cross stitch versus the other was embroidery.
I love the spinner sampler.
And the spinner sampler. These are by October House.
I bought fiber from her
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years ago. She's got gorgeous yarn and fiber. And
I feel like she's usually at Rhinebeck too.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
She's at Ply when I saw her.
And Knitter's Alphabet. So that's one. And so these also, they contain the pre-printed fabric and the floss and all that. And it's all really cutely packaged. So, these are, I'll probably keep one of these in progress, because again, this is something I can pick up and put down really easily. And the other finished thing that I have, I talked about last week, this is the Banksia Bralette, and this is by Muna and Broad. This is the one that's got the slings, like made out of power mesh. So this is what it looks like finished. It's clean.
It's super cute.
I wore it, but then I washed it so I could show you guys.
Super cute.
So,
how did it fit?
Modifications that I have to make, and they have you try it on before you do a lot of the finishing work so you can modify. Like, I had to modify the strap length. I had to take out 4 inches here because my torso is really short. So, I was able to do that without having to unpick things because she has you try it on at a certain point. And then this is what it looks like inside with the power mesh slings. So the only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have the elastic, like, sewn into it. It's just in a casing, so it likes to sort of fold itself around. So I might go back and sew on top of it.
Yeah.
So you can sort of see, this is power mesh, this black lining here, and then this is a lining of knit fabric. And so you can sort of see that this mesh will go under the breast here, and then on top of the breast here it crosses in the front, and it does the same on the other side.
Interesting.
They don't have you finish the power mesh at all, so it must not unravel. I'm guessing it's a knit, since it stretches versus a woven.
Yeah, but
that
knit
makes
you would
sense.
think would unravel, huh?
No, knits in general, you don't have to. I mean, you can leave the edges unfinished because you would have to unravel it across a whole row.
Knit
like it's
fabric.
not. It's not going to unravel on the edge.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, she doesn't have you finish the edges in any way, and it wasn't uncomfortable at all to wear. In fact, most of the time I forgot I had it on.
Cool.
So I might make another one. I haven't decided yet because it was a little bit of a pain to make, probably a lot less than any kind of bra with like underwires and fastenings and like hooks and closures. And I don't wear that kind of bra anymore because I don't have to. And I work at home all day, so I'm going to exert my privilege there of being able to not have to wear fancy bras. But yeah, I mean, I would say it is a greatly priced pattern. I wouldn't say it was like $12 or something, maybe a little bit more. I might have gotten it on sale too, I don't remember. But it's Muna and Broad, and this is in our show notes, which is found on our website, which is TheKnitGirlls.com.
With 3 L's.
With 3 L's, yeah. So I think I've shown you enough of my bra. And the space of the crotch in the pants. So we've gotten very close this week.
Whether you wanted to
Yeah.
or not.
Consent is important. I forgot to ask your consent this week. I apologize. What about you? Do you have some finished stuff to show?
I do have some finished stuff. So the first thing that I finished were some socks. And these I took with me on our trip, and I finished them on the first day. So then I had nothing else to work on.
And I think that you were only like here.
Yeah, I was on the toe. Yeah, I was real. Maybe I think I just cast on like the orange of the toe.
Maybe I was driving, so I don't remember.
But yeah. So, because I had finished the first one at training for a curriculum that we are no longer using the day before we left.
Yep.
And then the second one in the car on the way. So, yeah. So those are done. They are Knit Spin Farm, and they are in the World's Plant a Vegetable Day colorway. I knit these on size 1 needles, and I used Wendy Johnson's numbers for her toe-up gusset pattern, like I normally do. And even all the ends are woven in.
Oh, wow. They're really done.
That's how much time I had with no knitting. I also finished, I had started this wee little hat last time we were recording. This is, had I started? Yeah, this was the first one I did of this one. This is the Woolly Wormhead Trio of Hats Pixie. This is the larger size, so this is the like 16-inch size, I believe, or 15-inch size. I think this one's 15-inch. And then I did, this is the third size up. And then I did the second size up, and the second size up again. So I finished 4 of these all together, because you guys had already seen this. So there are 4 of those. And then I grabbed out some Moon Rover hand spun, which is a gradient, and knit the Queen, the Quinn hat. So I believe the way this started was with the yellow, and then it ends with that green, and then I used the green on the edge of this one, and then that went into that mint green, and then mint green to brown, And then there's actually a small, like, 2 purples. I need to weigh these to see if I can get another full hat out, but I probably will not. What I'll probably do is use that for the brim of another hat. It's this much.
So did you knit 6 baby hats this week?
I did. I mean, it's been 2 weeks.
That's true.
But yeah.
Wow.
And these are Aran weight. So, the little pixies were knit on size 4s. These were knit on size 6. And I used 12-inch circulars from Addie for these ones. So yeah, lots and lots of baby hats. So the baby hat bin, I've put in 10 hats over this summer at least. So I'm feeling pretty good about the baby hat, like my baby gift bin right now. Although our good friend Sadie just announced that she's having a little one, so some things are going to end up going to Canada to go hang out with Sadie and her new little one. So when she actually has the little one, she just did the cutest pregnancy announcement with shoes and little controllers. It was adorable.
Yeah, very on brand for Sadie.
So yeah, super stoked about that. So that is what I finished this week, except for some handspun. Pearl, you are not part of this.
Only because you won't let her be.
Yeah, she's actually standing on my feet right now, and her nose is right here. So spinning, but you have spinning,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, but why don't you go ahead, because I'm in the middle of it.
Okay. So I finished some spinning. I think I have 4 finished skeins. Should have 4. Yep. So I did some Knit Spin Farm. This is Landlubber's Envy. It's a 230 yards of a 2-ply. I spun this on my matchless woolen. It is Angelina, Merino, Polworth, Sari Silk, and Targhee. This is a bat that I got in one of her updates. So, super into that. And then I also spun a Knit Spin Farm, same thing, matchless. And this is Blissful Blizzard. It was the club from 2019. It is Shetland, Whiteface Woodland, which I'd never spun before. And it was a substantial amount, so 33%. Targhee, Silk, and Silk Noil. And 375 yards of a woolen 2-ply. Also spun on the matchless. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah,
and I want to try that fiber on its own. Also, I have little ends from when I trimmed my socks. And then 2 worsted spins. So this was spun on the Daedalus Sparrow. It was the not Knit Spin Farm, Hello Yarn Club. And it was Falkland in the Nimble colorway. 4 ounces, 325 yards, which is what I was shooting for because this is going to be the top of my Magpie Tendency.
Oh, okay.
A 2-ply. So yeah. So that'll be the top part of the Magpie Tendency, and then the 8 ounces that I showed you guys last time we recorded will be the bottom part. Hopefully.
When are you going to cast that on?
I don't know, because now I'm obsessed with a new pattern, so I haven't decided.
Okay.
I have like 6 hand-spun sweaters right now I want to knit. And I've spun for 4 of them. Like, I have the finish yarn for 4. So...
You could just go on a swatching party.
I could.
I mean, I know that doesn't sound sexy, but...
No, that might work. I haven't decided, yeah. And then this is Hand-Dyed BFL Spinning Fiber. She doesn't do colorways, but it is from, I think it's Kumasi.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I like her stuff a lot. And it was spun end to end on the Ladybug and then plied on the Mini. And I did a live on Instagram of me spinning it and then another live of me plying it, and it's just a 2-ply. So I really like this as well. It's got a lot of colors that I typically don't gravitate towards, like that gold with that brown. But together they work so, so well. I love it when dyers put stuff together and it just turns out so pretty. So, yeah. Used 4 different wheels. Because I ply on my Hansen. And lots of spinning. Over a pound. Because the one bat was 6 ounces, the other was 3. This was 4. And the nimble was 4.
You have been a busy bee.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with what I've accomplished.
So what does that take you up to for the summer?
I have no idea. I was at around 84 ounces prior to, I think that's what I was at, because I had given you some and forgotten to include it in my count, prior to Tour de Fleece, and I'd spun over 3 pounds since Tour de Fleece. So, I don't know.
It's a lot.
It is. It's a lot of math, too. Not my jam.
Well, I've only got one skein of hand spun, but I do other stuff, damn it. So,
you do. You've gotten tons of gorgeous embroidery done. I almost said cross stitch, and that's not what that is. But that's gorgeous.
This is Whirlwind Romance colorway, and it's by Knitspin Farm. I feel like this episode is sponsored by Knitspin Farm. It's not,
always is.
But,
it should be.
Knitspin Farm it's a small farm in Indiana run by our friend Joanna,
and her husband Bill.
Yep, and they're wonderful human beings. And
yep.
she also dyes yarn and fiber, and occasionally does some sewn like bags and stuff. So this was spun on the Maja Craft Rose, and it was spun woolen, and it's about 300 yards. It's slightly over, but I'm just calling it 300 so that, for whatever.
I said pretty and Pearl came right.
Yeah, you did that earlier when you were talking about your hand spun. You said pretty, and she looked at you.
Oh.
So yeah, this came out really nice. I'm happy with it. And now I'm going to always have some spinning at Laura's house because I get more spinning done if I do it here. So,
nope, no wheels for you here.
I know. Like, where am I going to find one, right? How many can I see from where I'm sitting? 1,
A
2,
lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't see the dataless one.
That's because it's not in here.
Okay, so I can see.
Well, you can. Oh no, you can't see any dataless.
8 from where I'm sitting, right here. So
1, 2. It's in the rainbow bright bag. 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Because there's not one over here.
yeah. So there's usually a free wheel that I can use.
Sometimes.
So that's my
Sometimes.
Okay, we already talked about that. So for reading, I read Bright Familiar, which is the second in a male-female fantasy magic book. It was pretty good. I'm rereading the Born in Fire series by K.F. Breen. I'm on the 4th one, which is where it changes perspective to a young natural witch. It's not my favorite of the books, but I like the other protagonist that comes in later. So I finished the book After On. That was an audiobook by Rob Reed, and it's more science fiction. It is about artificial intelligences and the so-called Omega Point, where they develop will and conscience and that sort of thing. But it's more of like if an AI developed and its primary job and database was social media, like Instagram, Facebook, that sort of thing, and it's a perpetual teenager with rage issues. So it's entertaining.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it's sci-fi, but it's entertaining.
Kind of like I could definitely see if I was to think of an artificial intelligence for social media. That's what it would be.
It's like a mean teenage girl. Like, yeah. So that's what I listened to. I've now restarted listening to the Elena Andrews Hidden Legacy series because I didn't feel like making a decision on books. Plus, my husband has bought 4 medical books in the last 2 weeks on my Audible. So, I didn't have any credits right now. Anyway. Yep, so that's what I'm reading and listening to. What about you?
I've abandoned around 10 books this week.
That's perfectly okay.
And, yeah, I'm just rolling with it. So I've read a lot of bits and pieces of different genres, romance, cozy mystery, all adult. And have just been abandoning like mad. Nothing is speaking to me right now. So, I will pick up a middle grade book that I'm super stoked about that just arrived. And, go for that, I think. So, yeah. And my dog's back.
Yep. You're awake and you're talking, therefore you should be petting her.
Absolutely. So Stash Dash is still going on Discord. It will be going on until August 31st. We have lots of discussion that's not just Stash Dash over on Discord. It's a great place to hang out and chat with people and get some different ideas of what people are reading, what people are watching, what people are crafting.
Sewing, weaving,
yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
It's a fun place to hang out. So I've been enjoying that immensely this summer. And that's about it. I go back to school in a week. 1 week. 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
1 week.
Yep. No matter how many times you say it, it's the same distance away.
Monday, August 2nd, which is my brother's birthday. He'll be 39. It's the first day of school. It went so fast.
Yes, it did.
I want my summer back. But no, it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun.
She's reassuring herself.
I am.
And you are part of this conversation.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing the kids. I just have 1,100 laptops to issue the first week of school.
Plus, it's going to be hard to get back into the swing of not being able to take a nap in the middle of the day.
Oh, I do love a good nap.
I know, I do too. Sometimes just 20 minutes, like it'll just reset your whole day.
Yep. Also, I have totally flipped my schedule till I'm up to like midnight, 1 a.m. and I get up at 9 a.m.
And during the school year, you have to get up at what, like 5:30 or something?
Yeah, I have to be at work at like 6:45 because I have to clock in by 6:50. So, that is going to be a change. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I just loaded up my Starbucks card yesterday in anticipation. My grandmother had sent me a Starbucks gift card for my birthday, and I like an actual physical card. So I just loaded it on, so I'm ready for the first week of school for sure. Because I am going to need Starbucks or lots of caffeine every week. But yeah. I can't believe this time has come already. It always goes so fast. Yeah. We did an SSK market last week, which was tons of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed shopping.
We enjoyed
shopping.
And
yeah, we did. And watching the videos that our gracious vendors made. Thank you everyone who participated in that, and especially the vendors for taking time out of their busy schedule to be amazing. Yeah, I think that's it. Is there anything else that we need? Oh, we have Patreon events coming up.
Yes, so tomorrow, the 25th, is the last Sunday of the month. Laura and I both were sure we had another week, but we did not. So
that first on a Sunday always throws us.
Yeah, so we will have an event tomorrow, the 25th, on Sunday at noon. And then we have our fail along will be the following Saturday at 5 p.m. These are Central Daylight Savings Times in the U.S. We try to alternate and have one event at an opposite time of the other event. So if you can't attend one, you can usually attend the other. This month, our craft is UV resin. So it's
I have no idea. I haven't done any research. It's going to be fun.
Me either. I know it comes with a resin. You put it in the molds. You put it under this like UV light thing, and within a couple minutes it's supposed to cure. Maybe it'll work. Probably it won't. But that's what it's for. So
story of our lives.
Yeah. Maybe it'll work. Probably it won't.
Also a good title.
Also a good title. Yeah. So anyhow, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we hope to see you at one of our Patreon events if you're a Patreon supporter.
Yeah.
Again, we sincerely thank you.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you again next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.